Hello everybody, my name is James, hope you're doing well and welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about a very close call between the two McLaren drivers, as well as an update on the investigation into Max Verstappen in Hungary. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Formula 1 content. Also make sure to follow me on X at James's Pit Lane, I'll leave a link in the description, but let's jump straight into the video. So let's start with McLaren, and they did have a really good Friday. You know, they were dominant throughout free practice 1 and free practice 2 in Hungary, and yeah, once again, it looks like they're going to be in a league of their own this weekend. And right now, it looks like Lando Norris has a slight edge over Oscar Piastri. I mean, this can all change. I mean, look at Austria. Norris looked completely dominant throughout the Austrian Grand Prix weekend, but then when it got to the Grand Prix, Piastri was just all over the back of Norris trying to make an overtake and would not get off the back of his gearbox really. So yeah, anything can happen as the weekend goes on, but right now Norris is feeling pretty good in the car and has felt good since his first lap in Hungary, with Norris saying, as quoted by Sky F1, "The car since the first lap has felt pretty good. All my laps have been decent. The second session was a little bit more messy on low fuel and high fuel, a few more mistakes. It's all part of practice and finding the limit in different areas. Good understanding. I know what I want from the car. It might be hard to trying to get it." Now, talking about mistakes, while McLaren ended up having a really good Friday, it could have ended in disaster at the end of free practice 2. Now, Norris came out of the pit lane to rejoin the track as Piastri was going down the start-finish straight, and both cars near turn 1 at the same time, and Norris ended up locking up, and that forced Piastri to take evasive action from the outside line after he aimed for the racing line going into the corner, and for a moment it looked like the two were going to end up colliding. But they did end up avoiding contact, but that could have been a really bad way to end Friday. But let's move on to Red Bull, with the stewards issuing their verdict following an incident involving Verstappen in free practice 2. Basically, during second practice, Verstappen was spotted throwing what appeared to be a small towel outside of his RB21, attempting to get it off the circuit, and basically Verstappen slowed through turn 3 before pulling to the inside of the track to throw the towel at low speed. Now, following this incident, Verstappen was called to see the stewards for an alleged unsafe release, and for a car being released from a garage with an object left inside the cockpit, usually it's a punishable offence, with a fine often being served to the team in question. But on this occasion, a warning was handed to Red Bull. The FIA's verdict said, "The stewards heard from the driver of Car 1, team representative, and reviewed video and in-car evidence. Shortly after Car 1 was released from its garage, the driver of Car 1 was observed to have thrown a towel out of the cockpit. The driver explained that while in the garage, the face towel had slipped from his lap to the side of the seat, and the team was unaware that it remained in the cockpit. When the driver realised it was there, he moved to the far right of the track and attempted to throw it as far away from the car and the track as possible. The stewards determined that the towel had the potential to have become lodged in the footwell and to interfere with the driver's ability to fully control the car, and that therefore the car was released in an unsafe condition. The stewards considered this case to be distinguishable from a case where a hard and therefore potentially dangerous object is left in the cockpit, and to be less severe than such a case. Hence a warning to the team is imposed." Now, I thought at the time Verstappen should have driven round the track, gone back to the pits and handed this towel back to the team before going out again, instead of throwing it out of the cockpit, because you don't know where it's going to land. But seeing the full context in the steward's report, I can understand now why Verstappen did what he did, and I think the decision with the warning is fair, considering it's not a hard object and was just a small towel. But that's going to be the video from me today. Thank you ever so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos, and until the next one, take care. Bye.